I'm for damn sure ain't gonna pay. I got 30 people from all over the world developing here. Like you gonna have to leave.
Pour it slow, let it flow through the night. Gem and Dame got the glow, got the light. What's the word? What's the scene? What's the
Do I agree with what he's doing? I think it's kind of crazy, but I do understand. Yeah, it's just it's basically it's he basically player hating with cash.
It's basically like a tariff.
I'm going to tell you. I'm going to tell you exactly what it is. It's another form of deportation when you think about it. So that's exactly what this is. So part of this, the Department of Labor has also raised the required prevailing wage. So what is a prevailing wage? The prevailing wage is the fact that you used to be able to say, okay, the job is we'll just put it in terms of let's say some nerd stuff, some developers, right? So on average, the developer salary globally is about $70 an hour. So that puts you between $11,000 a month to $134,000 a year, on average globally for a U.S. developer. So bring it back to prevailing wage. So you get someone from a country where they don't need a quarter of that, right? So you're talking about someone between 25,000, maybe 30,000 tops.
Let me get a conversion rate. Give me a country.
I mean, we'll put India on the map because that's one of the main ones. They got more than 1 billion people.
Where you are right now is right where I was landing. I'm like, there's another way.
Okay, so let me go ahead and get.
Yeah, younger population, so they have more people to work with for cheaper, right? But we gonna get into it. So, a U.S. developer would cost, we'll say, between $134,000 to $180,000 as an American developer. So you used to be able to say, all right, let me go see about somebody from India. Let me pay them $50,000, but let me pay their $10,000 H1B visa fee. Had them come on over here, and I'm $60,000. So now I can get 2 developers for the price, maybe even 3 developers for the price of 1 developer in the US. So that was the game. Now, what this did was you added the $100,000, and then the Department of Labor added a required prevailing wage. So I'm going to get back to that. So that means the foreign hiring talent also has to get paid whatever that range is. So if the job was posted for $134,000 to $180,000, say you get the max, qualifies for $180,000, he get that $180,000. Oh, wait, oh, you also got to pay that $100,000 on top of that. So now, instead of $180,000 that you would pay max for the U.S. worker, you paying $280 for somebody, right? And so, to me, I mean that works out. I mean, other areas have kind of like similar things. Like the UK has skilled work visas too, but it's usually like a lower scale. The UAE also has work visas, and their work visas cost about $287 a year, which ain't crazy. And India doesn't have any visas because they're already exporting that as a service. So that's think of that as a commodity. They exporting that. They don't need that internally. Yeah.
Right.
I'm trying to look up like houses. I'm trying to look up like houses.
Very good question. What's gonna stop them right now? Well, they're gonna have to make that decision because you also got tariffs that he running on outsourcing talent. So all he has to do is say, for instance, you got too many developers going out and being in India, you just make a tariff for IT talent being commoditized and force companies to bring it back in, that kind of way. So there's ways where he can incentivize the right talent, but he's definitely looking at what it's either you're exporting everywhere or everybody out of here. So, like I said, it's forced immigration. Because I'm for damn sure ain't gonna pay. I got 30 people from all over the world developing here. Like you gonna have to leave. Y'all, all of
Nobody's
y'all
paying
done.
that. Nobody's paying that. That defeats the purpose. The whole point of going overseas is recruiting top tier talent for pennies on a dollar. That was the whole point of it. The whole point of people building factories outside of the United States. They try and get everything for less. They wanted to get more for less. And then the laws, the labor laws is different. You can work people to death. You can work people younger. So is truly America's first going into 2026. Whether folks like it or not.
I'm gonna tell you this: the U.S. works harder and longer hours with less holidays than most of these other countries that we would consider first world or first level. All of UK, I don't know how many holidays they be working, and they go on holiday and all this kind of stuff.
Yeah.
China, man, what they are for a month. India, they got all kinds
the
of
Chinese New Year,
depending on your province that you're in and all of that. You get like everywhere has their own specific holidays that they taking off for 2 days here, a week here. It's crazy. We got set days, and so that was a great question, Joe. And the thing is you got a half dozen in one hand, you got 6 in the other hand. They're gonna have to choose their battle when it comes to how they want to play this, because the US is still who's consuming, and the powers might flex or change, but nobody else is consuming like we are. And so I think that this is at least a good attempt to try to bring back a focus to the US when it comes to the jobs that are going, because people it's like playing a game of Monopoly, right? Like you only playing the game because that's how the game goes. Just like tax codes. Like I'm stupid if I'm just gonna leave the money on the table.
I mean, it's gonna depend. Like, let's be real. The people who paying the money, let's be real, they're trying to use AI. So
yeah,
I don't know. I'm not disagreeing. Like, in theory, this should be good, but they chopping down on everybody.
That's what I'm saying. So they're gonna recruit Bradley out of Nebraska. They're gonna train him to do what they want him to do, and that's how they're gonna get over. Because it's gonna be a bunch of people with pink and purple hair that don't want to work those jobs.
Not you keep calling out the pink and purple hair folks, okay? They don't be tickety tock on the keyboard.
No, okay? I'm saying all of that because people are so, even in my field, people are so concerned
they can hop on and say meow. You know what I'm saying?
They so concerned with how they feel all the damn time. They're not worried about a bag. Meanwhile, that's why recruiting overseas and having all of these different help desks overseas is so much more helpful, because them people are focused on getting to a bag. They got a family to take care of. They, their priorities is way different. So not only are you spending money on these folks, but you actually really getting bang for your buck, because these people actually really want to work. Ain't no quiet quitting going on over in China.
Yeah, no quiet quitting going on.
Quiet quitting. They might jump off a bridge first, because they ashamed of themselves for not wanting to work. The culture is just different. So
city lights blinking like they're spilling secrets. Late night whispers humming through the speakers. Gem and Dame got the vibe, got the flow. All the squad tuned in, let the stories unfold. Drip drops, yeah, the tea is hot. Stay locked, keep it real, no props. The daily drip, what up, pod squad? Gem and Dame, break it down, oh my god.